It's almost for 20 years by setting up a local watershed conservation and education for children. We are moving toward the international and global expansion. We want to raise awareness in the world that water shortages will come, and we have to be careful. We have to take action together. So we want to lead this initiative.
This is CNN. More people get their news from CNN than any other news source.
African Voices Changemakers, in association with Glow Unlimited.
Welcome to African Voices. I'm Aritopo, and this week we meet one of Africa's most influential female tech entrepreneurs. This changemaker knows what it takes to build a company from the ground up, and is using that experience to help other entrepreneurs succeed in her home country of Cameroon.
I've dedicated my life to making our ecosystem stronger and better, and having as many people benefit from the digital economy as possible. I support technology entrepreneurs across Africa. My name is Rebecca Enonchong, and I'm a change maker.
Growing up in Cameroon, Rebecca Enonchong says it took years before she discovered the power of technology.
When I was growing up, we didn't have technology. As a matter of fact, here in Cameroon, we didn't even have television.
But once she started tinkering with tech, Rebecca says she was hooked.
I used to take computers and take them all apart and put them back together just for fun. And I just really fell in love with the power that you have in your hands when you're using technology.
Rebecca moved to the United States with her family as a teen. While she still lives in the US, she often visits Cameroon and has dedicated her career to promoting technology and entrepreneurship across Africa.
We know how challenging the business environment is in so many of our African countries. One of the challenges is definitely access to finance, and also access to resources like internet, electricity, water. You can't tell a customer that's downloaded your app on the internet and they're using it maybe in the US, you can't tell them, oh, sorry, the app won't be available between this hour and this hour because we don't have power.
To help build a strong ecosystem for entrepreneurs, Rebecca has founded, chaired, and advised multiple companies over the past 2 decades. One of those is AfroLabs, an organization that supports tech hubs across the continent.
We started in 2011 and we only had 5 hubs. And today we're 320 member hubs across 51 different African countries, supporting a community of over 1,000 African entrepreneurs.
We were with Rebecca as she visited Cameroon and spoke at one of AfroLabs' events.
We're here in Douala at the Crystal Palace Hotel, and we're in an AfroLabs physical workshop. Bonjour à tout le monde. It takes a lot of work to really support our community of entrepreneurs, and we do that as tech hubs. We've been doing it for years, and to come together to learn from each other is incredibly important. It's really important for us to build this community, to strengthen our ecosystem.
Rebecca's work has launched her onto the world stage. In 2014, she was named one of Forbes' 10 female tech founders to watch in Africa. And in 2020, Forbes Africa listed her as one of Africa's 50 most powerful women.
I was very proud and excited about that.
While her successes have been plentiful, Rebecca has also faced her share of hardships. In August 2021, Rebecca was accused of contempt while visiting Cameroon. A social activist said Rebecca was arrested while discussing a case she had with her family regarding inheritance. She was detained for several days before the charges were dropped.
So I think I was arrested like many people in Cameroon are arrested. It was an arbitrary arrest, but it was an experience. I got to see firsthand what so many other Cameroonians have had to go through. And so I think it brought me closer to so many of those that have lived through similar injustices. And so it gave me a voice also, because it added to my credibility in speaking on other subjects other than just technology, because I've lived injustice firsthand.
It's one of many lessons Rebecca hopes to pass on to other entrepreneurs. Today, she's meeting with one of her longtime mentees.
We're at Health Lane in Buenaprizo, Douala. It's one of the Health Lane locations. Hi. Thank you. Good to see you. Hi, thank you. Health Lane is a startup that's in e-health that's delivering preventive health care, leveraging technology. I've been an advisor forever, for years and years and years, and I've seen them grow and develop and have supported them in every way I possibly can. I love them as entrepreneurs.
I think Rebecca has been our #1 fan and advisor. Her direct feedback that she has, I think that has really been very important. And even helping us to get into several entrepreneurial programs that help with fundraising. She's really guided and really advised us on shaping the product vision. When it comes to like focus on the digital aspect.
When I get the updates.
While Rebecca often takes a tough love approach, she says her goal is to see these entrepreneurs succeed.
My inspiration is seeing a new generation of African leaders, to see where they come from and the lack of support, lack of resources, the difficult business environment, but they're still making it. It's almost like having a child, right? You love to see how they're growing, how they're contributing, the impact they're having on their communities. It's almost like I live off of their successes.
Next, Rebecca takes us to rural Cameroon to show us how she's helping promote entrepreneurship there.
20,000 naira free bonus.
20,000 naira for free. Is your line blocked? Then move to Glow.
I'm reconnected.
Because we've all reconnected. And it's simple.
Just link your NIN by dialing *109#.
20,000 naira free bonus.
Free.
No.
And existing customers get 20,000 naira for free. Make the right call with Glow.
We share this place, we all belong. We have to restore this planet's soul. Give it water, give it sun, room to grow. I can see a better tomorrow. I can see a better tomorrow.
It's going to be difficult to hire the right people unless you as a company provide some level of hybrid working. And this is not for all companies, but for quite a large proportion of companies, it's seen as being a fundamental part of the workplace offer, part of the job offer. So this is all about providing places for people to work and work with other people, but all of those people may not be for the same company, but just about anywhere. And it's that flexibility of the workplace that's what companies and people are looking for. A revolution is the way to describe it, because it's a fundamental change to the way people want to work and companies want to support their workers. And it's a permanent change, and it will be one of the lasting legacies of the pandemic.
It's so peaceful that for me, coming here, even for a very short time, is almost like a meditation, right? It's almost like it brings me back to join my soul.
Rebecca Inonchong is reconnecting with her home country of Cameroon as she works to grow Africa's tech and entrepreneurial ecosystems.
One thing that I love is in the west part of the country is just the silence of it, the peaceful of it, the richness of the soil. With all the hustle and bustle in my life, and I'm dealing with tech every day, being able to come and commune with nature is so rewarding.
Rebecca is regarded as one of Africa's most influential tech entrepreneurs. For years, she has sought to help those in rural areas.
originally, we wouldn't even imagine that innovation could be made in Africa. We have talent that is local, and we need to be able to support that talent because, the next invention that will save the world might come from the rural area. We need to go after that innovation and find the innovators where they are. And that means that going into smaller towns, into rural areas, and not only helping identify those innovators, but giving them a whole environment to support them, so that innovation doesn't just sit in a drawer.
She co-founded Active Spaces in 2010. The company has since built a number of technological innovation centers in Cameroon.
We're at Active Spaces. Active Spaces is the African Center for Technology, Innovation and Ventures. We have locations in Boya, we have locations in Douala, and this is our newest location here in the west part of Cameroon, in a rural, very small town called Bangante. It's so critical because we have talent across the country. We give them the basic necessity, a space so that they don't have to go rent an office somewhere. We also support them and help them, build their business. And that means that looking at their business model and helping them shape their business model, help them prepare for investment so that they can be investor ready. Today we're very lucky to be doing a hackathon along with an entrepreneur who's based here in Bangante.
Active Spaces also strives to empower women in technology.
Here at Active Spaces, we've also had programs for women entrepreneurs that weren't in tech to try to help them digitize their business and use digital tools in order to improve their business.
Rebecca says investing at the local level is crucial to succeed.
We need to make sure that much more of the investment comes locally. Why is that so important? It's because who is going to benefit when a startup succeeds? Is it Africa or is it Silicon Valley? We really need to work on getting more local investment, increasing the angel investment community, increasing the number of venture capital companies that are based on the continent and led by Africans and that have African capital injected into them.
To promote these types of investments, Rebecca helped launch the African Business Angel Network, or ABAN, in 2014.
And what we're aiming to do through ABAN is actually support the angel investor, because we understand that we need a lot more investment for our startups, for our ecosystem to thrive. ABAN empowers those local investors by giving them training and support and really helping them understand the process of investing.
While material resources are essential, Rebecca has this message for new entrepreneurs.
We don't ever start with nothing, because we always have talent, right? And we may not have money, but we're not starting from zero. So you really have to look within yourself and see, what you have to bring to the table. And if you don't have financial resources, it doesn't mean that you can't build a viable business. I started a company, we went multinational, earned tens of millions of dollars, and I started just me. So, I think that just the fact that I've been through it and me sharing my story and supporting them because they know I understand, I think that's the greatest contribution that I can make. I'm really hoping that we do recognize the importance of the digital economy and how much it can contribute to a larger economy. Now I want to dream really, really big and know that so many of the world's solutions that people will use across the world will come from our African continent, made in Africa, not just for Africa, but for the world.
20,000 naira for free. 20,000 naira bonus. Is your line blocked? Then move to Glow.
I'm reconnected.
Because we've all reconnected. And it's simple. Dial *109# and link your NIN to your new or existing Glow number.
Get up to 20,000 naira for free with Glow.
20,000 naira bonus free.
Yes, sir, free.
Niger, what are you waiting for?
Coronavirus. To get daily news updates in your inbox, sign up for the CNN newsletter. Coronavirus, fact versus fiction.
In emergency situations, getting a patient the care they need immediately is very important. In Uganda, one man has designed a prototype for a medical device that may lead to quicker treatment.
Africa, if I might say, is lagging a little bit behind when it comes to innovations, especially in health. And we are talking about affordable technologies, but then also technologies which apply in the Africa in the context of low and middle income countries. So young people usually have, I believe they have the brains to boost health through coming up with innovations which make diagnosis or even treatment quicker for the patients. I am a medtech entrepreneur from Uganda. I am Julius Mubiru and I'm a change maker.
When Julius Mubiru was only 1.5 years old, he spent 2 weeks in the hospital suffering from an asthma attack, the first of many.
I used to be so sick, so I'd spend a lot of time in the hospital.
Though he's healthy now, one thing that always stuck with him was getting jabbed multiple times before a clinician successfully found a vein.
I think this one, along the way, motivated me to go into the line of health, that is to try and give back a service to help with challenges which you find as a child. From the child's perspective, the aspect of being in the hospital gave me like a motivation to try and come up with a solution to help out.
In 2015, Julius and a team of engineers at the Mbarara University of Science and Technology came up with an idea to create a device that could find veins more easily.
The standard of care, or what we call the way how clinicians are currently doing the procedure, is to use anatomical knowledge. They will teach you that a vein passes here. So the A-Light vein locator is used so that you can easily identify where the vein is, and you draw the blood samples or you give the medication. This means that the child will not have to be pricked so many times, which is very painful to the child, but even for the parents. Very traumatic for them to see their sick babies going through a lot of pain. Basically, this is how it comes.
Vein locating devices exist already in other parts of the world, but Julius says they aren't feasible in Uganda for multiple reasons.
But these devices do not put into the consideration the African context, both in making and also, which also translates into the costing. For example, some need more than 2 clinicians to work with them, and also the technology behind them. Some use infrared, others are ultrasound based. So you have a lot of equipment which are needed to process the images. What we are doing, we are using visible light, where you do not need extra equipment to process the image, and then also one clinician can operate it. And this is very important because in Africa, the patient to doctor ratio is very high, 25,000 to 1, so you do not have the luxury of numbers. This is how we are trying to put the African context into the design.
The A-Light vein locator is still in the prototype phase, and Julius's team is constantly updating it based on user feedback.
Okay, so this one is the laboratory where the A-Light vein locator team works with our A-Light engineers.
Good morning, guys. Thanking us to do some of the reviews we picked from Venezuela that may require to be adjusted.
Okay.
So from the feedback we had, they were suggesting that it would be nice to have a strap to get it, like to go right in place. So we're trying to think about strap design that we could consider.
The idea of A-Light came to light during a medtech hackathon where Julius met co-founder Lydia Asimwe.
The team that was forming to create the solution had to be diverse. So it needed a medical person on the team, it needed some technicians, it needed people from the business background. So working with Julius is interesting. He's, first of all, very knowledgeable of his subject matter, of his area of expertise in medicine. He's always reading, always coming up with something new, always researching. I love that about him. So with him, it's continuous innovation, continuous learning. So this device started from a very simple prototype, lab-based prototype, very huge. It has come a long way to where it is now. There are mighty men and women and organizations that have mentored us to be where we are today.
Julius and his colleagues are currently in clinical trials with their device, under the guidance of Principal Investigator Jerome Kabachenga.
Good morning, Professor.
Morning to you. How are the preliminary results?
The results were promising. We haven't at least had any adverse effects, which is a promising thing.
As a health worker, I have also been challenged with identifying vessels. The vein locator at least has moved a stage from the proof of concept to now reaching a stage of clinical trials. And I would expect that once it has passed the initial stage of clinical trials, then it can go to like scaling up, using it to a bigger number of children and see how it will work. And then, unsurprisingly, you can find an innovation like this one, which has started here, spreading all over the world.
So we believe that once we hit the market, then it will be taken up easily.
Just what exactly does a clinical trial entail for Julius's device? We'll find out next.
20,000 naira for free. 20,000 naira bonus.
Is your line blocked? Then move to Glow.
I'm reconnected. Because we've all reconnected. And it's simple, simple. Dial *109# and link your NIN to your new or existing Glow number. Get up to 20,000 naira for free with Glow.
20,000 naira bonus free.
Yes, so free.
Niger, what are you waiting for?
I'm Julia Chatterley. I'll speak to newsmakers, risk takers, and the ultimate game changers.
First Move with Julia Chatterley, weeknights on CNN.
Julius Mubiru is hoping to revolutionize the way children are cannulated in Uganda.
With the A-Light vein locator, we believe that it's an impact innovation by reducing on the time taken for these babies to get treatment. We are targeting at least less than 2 minutes, and then having first needle success of up to 100%.
It's a mission that's very personal for him and his mother.
At birth, Julius was okay until he turned 1.5 years old when he got asthma. As a parent, I always felt bad when I took him to hospital and witnessed how he was injected while looking for veins. He was indeed over-pierced, and I felt so sorry. So now when I hear that my son discovered the A-Light machine and that there would be less piercings, it really made me happy. I was very happy.
Julius and his team have been working hard to bring their low-cost, non-invasive vein finder to market for the last 7 years. They've won numerous awards and grants to help develop the A-Light vein locator.
Camtech Accelerator programs where they support young innovators. It's a $10,000 grant. So we awarded that grant, and it helped us to develop the very early prototypes into when we got the second iterations. Then we've also participated in the NISIP award by the Ministry of ICT of Uganda. It was a $20,000 award, and this is the one that we used to develop into the third prototype.
They're currently in ongoing clinical trials, and today we got to see A-Light in action at a local health center.
This is Wizvera Health Center 4. It is located in western Uganda. It's one of the centers where we've deployed the A-Light vein locator for clinical trials. So usually what happens is that in the clinical trials, you have to demonstrate that it is safe, you have to demonstrate that it's not inferior to what is being done, and then you have to demonstrate the efficacy. So yeah, you're looking at the end user population. With the clinical trials, you've already been successful to demonstrate that at least it's safe to use in human beings, and you've successfully demonstrated that at least it will not be inferior to the standard of care.
We have few health workers and the turnover rate is high. You always have new health workers coming in. You may not have that luxury of experience. So we need the procedure to be as easy as possible, to be as user-friendly as possible. With this technology, when the patient comes to, can easily access the vessels instead of having that, super skilled person.
When they're not busy testing in the lab or in the field, the A-Like crew like to get out and have some fun.
This is a team building activity which we usually do on weekends to get away from work and relax and also build a bond. Doing this activity helps the team to stay fresh and focused, and also to remove some work burden and stress which comes with project work and everything. We also do football and table tennis some of the times, though most of the team knows volleyball. The future of the vein locator device is quite promising because we believe that we are coming up with a solution which has been demonstrated from the end user feedback that it is needed, both on the side of the clinicians, but then also the people who feel the pain, that is the patients. The journey of the vein locator has given me a lot of opportunities to learn about clinical trials, but then also the ability to run projects. And I believe that this is a point which professionally can push me to even bigger projects, both on the continent, but then also on the world scene, so that we contribute to the general well-being of everyone.
Thanks so much for watching. You can always catch up on past episodes or access exclusive content on our website. I'm Aritoko, and I'll be back soon with more change-making stories.
African Voices Changemakers, in association with Glow Unlimited.
20,000 naira for free. 20,000 naira bonus. Is your line blocked? Then move to Glow.
I'm reconnected.
Because we've all reconnected. And it's simple, simple. Dial *109# and link your NIN to your new or existing Glow number.
Get up to 20,000 naira for free with Glow.
20,000 naira bonus free.
Yes, sir, free.
Nigel, what are you waiting for?
Connect the world with Becky Anderson.
It all starts here. Changing, fighting, creating, connecting. Real news that shapes our world. Getting perspective on this region from this region. Places that many of us know, but few of us get to see. It all starts here. And that's why we're here, bringing you the world from our Middle Eastern hub.
Connect the world with Becky Anderson, Monday through Friday on CNN.
I'm Mindy Kincaid in Atlanta, and this is CNN.
I'm Julia Chatterley. I'll speak to newsmakers, risk takers, and the ultimate game changers.
First Move with Julia Chatterley, weeknights on CNN.
Our mission here at CNN, the news comes first.
More breaking news that we are following right now. Welcome to the Situation Room. We have breaking news.
I'm Andrea Vena. I'm the Chief Climate and Sustainability Officer at the European Space Agency. The great responsibility that ESA has to be responsible is linked very much to the fact that since decades our programs are contributing to the understanding of climate change. Our satellites are contributing to the climate variables that are used by scholars and scientists all over the world to identify what are the hotspots for climate change. Therefore, we feel accountable. We know what is the situation, and therefore it is very much important for ESA to be on the leading edge for fighting against climate change.
This is CNN. More people get their news from CNN than any other news source.
African Voices Changemakers, in association with Glow Unlimited.
Welcome to African Voices. This week, we're taking a look back at some of the best moments from recent episodes. We start in Soweto, South Africa, where one dancer is preserving the Pantsula culture.
I use Pantsula dance to connect to the world because dance is a universal language. My name is Tebo Dipetlo. I am a Pantsula dancer from Johannesburg in South Africa, and I am a change maker.
Teboho Difelo, more commonly known as Tebsa, is a professional Pantsula dancer, teacher and choreographer from Soweto. Pantsula is a uniquely South African dance culture born out of the townships, serving as a response to political and social issues.
When I was a child, I used to be exposed into dancing a lot. During that time, dancing was like the most in thing, you know. It was either dancing or playing soccer. When I started dancing, I was in primary school, but then there was this jukebox in the hood in Naledi, Amsia. We'd find a lot of dancers there. So I was always on the corner there or leaning against the wall, watching these dancers, taking turns inside the circle. So I got in love with like the scene there. It was amazing. It requires a lot of discipline. For you to remember actually the movements, you need to focus a lot. And what I like about Pantsula is not just a dance style, you know, it's a dance for the people.
After discovering the dance movement at a young age, he went on to get formal training at the Pantsula dance company, Shakers and Movers.
I went there, Lord, I got inspiration, and I met this guy called Stembiso Makanya. He was like the best Pantsula dancer. So I got an opportunity to be taught by him.
There's a lot of guys that I've worked with and I've changed their lives, you know. But now Tebsa is a kind of different character for me because he puts love into this and he invests in this. You know, he's different in that way, you know.
His hard work paid off in 2018 when he won a Red Bull competition in South Africa.
You find a lot of dancers coming from different dance genres to compete for a prize, you know, or for a title. So 2018 was like my first time competing in that platforms. Sometimes Pantsula, it is not taken serious, it is not in those bigger platforms, and I know that a lot of Pantsula dancers, they are looking up to me, so I had to give them hope, I had to give them inspiration.
After winning, he received a wildcard entry into Red Bull's International Dance Contest.
I went to compete in Paris, in France, so it was like a big event there. You'd find the best top dancers in the world coming from America, China, everywhere. So then I never won the competition, but I felt like a winner because I got to expose Pantsula to the world.
Today, the genre remains an expression of the times and an identity.
Remember, after the 1950s, there was this as racial segregation. But with Pantsula, it's like a universal language. So it's one thing that makes people united, you know what I mean? It has been part and parcel of like the South African history as a way of resisting. The apartheid regime wanted to separate us, but Pantsula brought us together. Yo, so that's what's so special about this craft.
Today, he's made it his mission to promote Pantsula and educate the next generation of dancers.
Hands up, hands up, hands up.
We're trying to bring positive change into the community.
They respect us for what we do to the kids and to the community, because we're in a place where it is not easy actually, you know, to make it.
We can ride, we can roll. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Well, now we're in Naledi, in a Naledi Community Center. This place right here, it's where talent is nurtured, you know, it's where these kids are developed. Without Mara, I could have not been here. So I see the importance of having a mentor in your life, you know, somebody that cares.
TEPSA is also encouraging a new generation of girls to get into the scene. Lee Lenela is an ambitious, passionate Pantsula dancer and TEPSA's dancing partner.
The only rose among thorns, her name is Lee. So it's rare to find like usually ladies in Pantsula. But for me to start the crew with a lady, it was interesting because I wanted to engage a lot of people. I'm always interested in seeing ladies challenging themselves into male-dominated industries. So for me, it's like, okay, I'm gonna prove a point to this cliche of dancing with only guys. So I'm gonna bring a lady there and we're gonna do it big. So I started with him, we pushed as a duo, went to competitions, we made our mark and we got people interested.
Next, a Ghanaian chef is mixing traditions from her culture with some new age zest to create one-of-a-kind culinary experiences.
20,000 naira free bonus. 20,000 naira for free. Is your line blocked? Then move to Glow.
I'm reconnected.
Because we've all reconnected. And it's simple.
Just link your NIN by dialing *109#.
20,000 naira free bonus.
Free. No. And existing customers get 20,000 naira for free. Make the right call with Glow.
We think of the metaverse as the next iteration of social media. And although there's only a few 100,000 people using it today, we anticipate that over the next few years, there's going to be millions of people joining these platforms and eventually billions of people using these platforms. This is not a fad. I mean, we can look at companies like Facebook doing the largest rebrand in history to Meta. We can look at companies like Samsung. Even the fashion brands like Gucci, Balenciaga, Adidas, and Nike are all establishing a presence there. And so what I would say to people that are still skeptical, say this is, maybe are the same type of people that were skeptical about social media and its impact on advertising, and maybe even people who are skeptical about the internet. My prediction is that within 24 months, every single large corporation is going to have to need a presence in the metaverse in the same way that they need a website.
We want to tell the stories that Fulanis are more than headsmen.
Chef Fatimata Binta is connecting with the Fulani people, one of the largest nomadic tribes in the world, through food.
Our culture is beautiful, our food is amazing. For me, I feel responsible to share that to the world and tell the story, different stories about the people.
She opened the Fulani kitchen and began hosting Dine on a Mat experiences to share the tribe's unique cuisine with communities across Ghana and beyond.
It's just special always when you source directly from here. Imagine the quality right now. Texture is intact, flavors, and you take it straight to the dine on the mat experience. It's just a different level. Well, I used to do this as a kid.
Today, she's learning new recipes and sourcing ingredients from a Fulani community outside of Accra.
This is moringa leaves, and this is a stew that is authentic in this Fulani community. And she's teaching me. I don't know this stew, so this is very much new to me also. So usually what I do, I come into these communities, I spend time with the locals, the keepers of the authentic recipes, like the grandmother, spend time, watch her cook, and then I take this inspiration back to my kitchen in Accra, and then I do an interpretation of it. It smells so good. For them, cooking is like meditation in a way. It's their entertainment, because they don't have too many things they do in these communities apart from the chores in the home. So everything is done with so much love and care. They take their time. So this is Wagashi cheese, which is the local cheese made in Africa, and you only find the Fulani women doing this. So this I'm taking to the test kitchen, and I'm going to do something. It's one of our crowd's favorite. If you taste this cheese, the flavor, the quality, so different. Small, see? Teacher, I'm learning.
After being welcomed into multiple Fulani communities, Shabinta says she was inspired to create the Fulani Kitchen Foundation. It aims to preserve their culture and help Fulani women across West Africa grow crops, develop skills, and sell their products.
So what they are trying to do is create patterns on the calabashes. It's designing. For them, this is art, and then they will sell in the market. So this is part of the programs and the initiatives we are working on. So start having these women involved in this arts and crafts to pass time, apart from just the daily chores in the home. And then we can sell it, and also that money goes back into the community. This is the calabash seeds, which we'll plant because it's a sustainable bowl. It's all about sustainability for the Fulani people.
She's also helping communities get better access to natural resources.
One thing we noticed while traveling across Africa, most of these communities, they struggle for clean water, and this is a necessity. So we collaborated with Ghana Food Movement, and then we built this water well. This is something we want to continue and build water wells across all these communities. It's very important for me to be involved in that, not just come in, take inspiration and go, but also give back in a way. You come here, they took their time, they are so open, they welcome me, and I go back, other people experience their handwork, because this is not me doing it, this is them. So it's them going on a journey with me, even though they are not physically there, but their fingerprint is on everything I do, and for me that fulfills me.
While she's made strides to help the Fulani people, Shabinta says she's already cooking up an idea to expand her reach.
Our main goal is to build the center very soon this year. So we are going to create a space where we'll have the farm, we'll have the test kitchen. People will come in, learn, do programs, internship programs with students from around the world. And also create, collaborate with other chefs and highlight African cuisine and make it more interesting. I feel like we've been stuck in the old ways, and now there is Afrofusion conversations going on. There's so much about African food that hasn't been tapped into. I feel like it's very exciting, and African food is the future, and the future is now.
₦20,000 for free. 20,000 naira bonus. Is your line blocked? Then move to Glow.
I'm reconnected. Because we've all reconnected. And it's simple, simple.
Dial *109# and link your NIN to your new or existing Glow number.
Get up to 20,000 naira for free with Glow.
20,000 naira bonus free.
Yes, sir, free.
Naija, what are you waiting for?
Afghan women are afraid that this is the beginning of your efforts to erase them from the workspace.
Malumness, it's not clear. Even if we appear with the burqa, maybe they will say that women's voices are forbidden.
Did you ever imagine that you would be prevented from going to school?
Girls' education is fundamental to the dignity of Afghan life.
Do you believe that young girls will be allowed to go to school here in Afghanistan?
I would describe One World as compelling, inclusive, and original.
One World with Zain Asher, weeknights on CNN.
We're revisiting some of the best moments from recent episodes of African Voices Changemakers. In KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa, we spent a few days with a rowing legend who's giving back to his community through the sport.
That's it, that's it. It's not just about winning, it's about participating. And often the chap who just makes it into my Change Life team has had the hardest struggle to get there and has the biggest story to tell. So from my side, it's just about touching lives, giving people an opportunity to learn about what it takes to be successful, like the hard work, the discipline, the focus, goal setting. Good luck today. You must go into the channel. I use paddling through my Change Life Academy to empower the youth. I am Martin Dreyer, a paddler from South Africa, and I am a change maker.
Martin Dreyer is a local legend in the paddling community. But the humble athlete doesn't say much about his accolades. Even his hardware is stored away haphazardly in boxes. These days, he's not so much in the river as he is on the riverbanks, training the next top paddlers through his KwaZulu-Natal-based Change Your Life Academy.
My City Change Life Academy identifies sporting talent in the Valley of 1,000 Hills and gives that talent a support structure to be great.
Martin!
Hey Martin, how's it going?
Today marks the start of a very busy week for his team of 44 Zulu paddlers. They will be competing in multiple races leading up to one huge event.
We're here today for the Inanda Dam to Durban. It's a seeding race for the Duzi, and that means that they will get hopefully on the front row, which is important at the start of the Duzi Canoe Marathon because there's over 1,000 people that paddle, and if you're stuck further back, you just got traffic to get through.
The Duzi Canoe Marathon is said to be the biggest canoe race in Africa and one of the world's most popular paddling events.
The race is steeped in history and integrally woven into the fabric of KwaZulu-Natal, and it is a South African sporting icon.
Founded in 1951, this prestigious river marathon is a 3-day, 120-kilometer race from Pietermaritzburg to Durban. Paddlers compete in singles or in groups up to 4. Martin is a 7-time champion and current record holder of the Duzi.
My life changed forever in that I stopped my professional sport and put all my energy into my Change Life Academy because just the person I am, I wanted it to be a success. I started identifying talent and then gave that talent a support structure to be good. And in that Duzi in 2009, all 10 came in the top 36.
Ever since, Martin's athletes have regularly placed in paddling events. Some have even gone on to become full-time professional athletes.
One of the very successful academy paddlers is Msami Nkosi Mtolo, and he was in Change Life for 6 years and did incredibly well and got a top 5 in the last Duzi, so much so that the sponsor of the Duzi formed a racing team, and he's one of 3 who has become a professional paddler.
Being with Change Life was so grateful. You've been helping me a lot and giving me the best equipment. Now I'm preparing for Duzi. I'm hoping to win the gold at Duzi.
Martin's academy remains local to the Zulu community situated along the Valley of 1,000 Hills.
In order to make the academy sustainable, I don't take my athletes from different provinces and you've got transport issues and they're taken out of their home environment. My hub is around Nagle Dam, and there the guys walk to training. So it's probably like a 10-kilometer radius of this dam is where all this amazing talent comes from.
As the qualifier is coming to a close, Martin's eager to find out how they made out.
Hey, Jabulani.
Yeah,
yeah. How did it go?
We did go well, but
well done.
But otherwise, good race today, yeah.
Good race.
Next, we meet one woman who's proving art can be a path toward healing.
20,000 naira for free. 20,000 naira bonus.
Is your line blocked? Then move to Glow.
I'm reconnected. Because we've all reconnected. And it's simple, simple. Dial *109# and link your NIN to your new or existing Glow number.
Get up to 20,000 naira for free with Glow.
20,000 naira bonus free.
Yes, sir, free.
Nigel, what are you waiting for? She grows bigger and bigger, right?
A mother
Happy birthday, honey.
caught in a war.
We should not forget, we should not forgive.
Her story.
We have these new threats from Russia is because they're very angry. We are angry too.
And one anchor's journey to meet her.
So nice to meet you.
Has it helped making videos?
Maybe I will die, but this video will be left behind.
An Anderson Cooper 360 special report. A mother's diary of war. Monday.
What I like about my work is the freedom of it. The freedom that gives me to create whatever I feel like. Every time I create a work, I take small piece of me out, you know, like if it's a happiness, a sadness, or it goes into the work, you know, so I become lighter and lighter and lighter. I'm using my art to heal myself, to discover my worth, and to heal the universe. I am Lizette Chirim, visual artist from northern Mozambique, and I'm a change maker.
Lizette Chirim uses rich textiles, bold colors, and recycled materials to create mixed media masterpieces.
I began to collect all the items on the floor that I thought they would be useful. I picked up all the buttons, all the small metals.
Today, she's going to the market to source new materials.
The market is called Giwa. I began to work with the Capulana because Capulana he brings lots of colors and there's a cultural value, nice material.
Lizette is known for her large fabric collages. She says her troubled past often influences her creations.
My work is the fruits of my childhood, you know, crying, beating, and missing my mom, and feeling lonely. It's reflected now in my work. It's like my work is the healing part of that, the pain I carried. This piece is, I call it the Book of Demand. When I went to meet my father embraced me, but suddenly he began to reject me because my stepmother, she rejected me. I said, okay, the human side of my family reject me, but the spiritual side, the spirits, my ancestors, they embrace me, they love me. So this is about my ancestral lineage. So our fathers and ancestors, they used to knit. So this is a continuation of, you know, the knitting, but now using the fabric. And to express my feelings about being rejected from the human side, but being loved and embraced and chosen by my ancestors. And this is my sketchbook.
Art came naturally to Lizette, but she says she didn't initially consider it as a career.
The first time I found out I was an artist was actually when I was working at aluminium company. I used to draw, you know, images and funny things. And my boss at the time, he said to me that he believed that I'm an artist and I should check that out. I looked at myself and then I saw that I was surrounded by artists. I'm like, you know what? My boss is actually right.
In 2005, the visual artist moved her family from Mozambique to Cape Town to pursue her creative passions.
When I was in Cape Town, I came with so much energy and I wanted to make everything.
While there, she started gaining recognition.
The Duval Company is a beer company. They chose me out of all the artists in South Africa. They chose me to be the first